Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are in the midst of season 2 of The Mandalorian. We are discussing chapter 10, The Passenger, tonight. Who was the passenger? Was it the eggs? Was it the frog lady? Who was the passenger? No one really knows.
The passenger was us. We were along for a
We
ride.
were along for the ride.
Oh, nice.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Just for our standard datapad download, this one was, of course, written by the great Jon Favreau and directed by Peyton Reed.
Oh, wow.
Which, I for one, am shocked that Peyton Reed directed an episode with bugs
an ant
in it.
Ants
and spiders and
yeah.
Peyton Reed apparently, that's like when Favreau was like, who do we need to get to direct the episode that I want there to be spiders in? That would be, yes, Peyton Reed, of course. Roth is big timing us tonight.
Yeah.
He can't stay long. He's got to record a podcast in a little while. I'm surprised. I, for one, am shocked that a guy that's white has a podcast. I'm shocked. That's like a requirement,
wow.
Isn't it? So also we got Craig hanging out, Melissa hanging out. What's up, guys? How's it going? We're
hey, everybody.
Conversation.
Hey, Craig. Hey, Melissa.
I am. This is just my sort of my declaration that I am the third egg that Baby Yoda ate. That's what I'm. Because man,
now, I'm pretty sure
that said baby killer, egg killer.
I'm pretty sure that happened off screen, because when we saw him eating the second time, and we'll get into it later, he had clearly eaten more than two.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, that's the thing with Baby Yoda. I mean, this was basically, if you think about it, this was like watching the Food Network. I mean, because we start the episode with a huge piece of Krayt Dragon steak. I mean, we've got some of that going on. There was, of course, all the eggs. There was the spider that Baby Yoda ate. And then there was the little bento box. He even had the little bento box while they were hanging out on the Razor Crest.
She was eating something too, right?
What now?
She had at one point she was like looking at it too. Like I think she had a bento box as well.
Oh, she did also. Yeah. No, they all did. They all had those little bento boxes that they were eating. I mean, it was constant. Like this was a foodie's paradise. This episode. I mean, because it was constant eating. Which I mean, you gotta. He's a growing little baby boy. He's got to eat.
We don't know what Yodas need. That species, they need a lot of protein. Apparently.
No, and Melissa has a really good point here, and I was hoping that she was going to chime in because Melissa is a professional chef. So droid
medium rare is perfect.
It is but they cooked it way too long to really be a good medium rare. I mean, it did not look great. But yeah, I mean the episode was. I liked the episode quite a bit. I mean, let's kind of go around and I liked the first one a little bit better. I thought this one was fun though. It reminded me of kind of like your typical Filoni-esque episode, even though he was just one of the producers on this particular episode. But Filoni loves genres, like different type of genres. Like when he was doing the Clone Wars, he would have like a mystery episode or a monster episode or and that was kind of his thing. And so this sort of like felt like maybe Monster of the Week type of episode.
Yes.
I'm not saying it was a filler by any means, because I don't like that word in general.
Yeah.
I think I think there's nothing in this series that can really be considered a filler episode. I
agree with Melissa's statement.
Yeah, Yoda obviously does need chalky milk and chicky nugs. But I liked it. Okay, what about you, Ryfin?
Oh, I liked it. One of the criticisms I've seen from people on Twitter and social media is that it feels like a filler episode. But I gotta say, the first flashback we see in the recap is a flashback to the Prisoner episode, and it does tie into the Prisoner episode, which is an episode we thought at the time was kind of off to the side episode. Now it's being kind of threaded back into the story.
Totally. I mean, and there's even like they even throw sort of a eulogy to Matt Lanter's character.
Yes.
They even mention like the dead guy there. That's more love than Han Solo got when he died. They barely even mentioned him after he got killed.
Chewbacca got no love from. They just
it wasn't anything. Han Solo's dead, and that's it. That's the last you hear of Han Solo ever.
He got a sequence with Kylo. You know, a nice
sequence. An homage.
Yeah, but this was. I don't know. I just was like, this random rebel dude gets a mention in an episode more than Han Solo really did. I mean, and I know I think that there was a planned scene at one point that was going to be where they're
in a war. They're running for their lives from the First
Order.
Excuse.
This is Han Solo, dude. That's no excuse. I think there was a planned scene though. I think in the book there's a scene, like in the novelization, there is a funeral scene of some type, but I don't know.
They'll write it if there's not.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Earl? What did you think of this one?
I mean, I liked it. I thought I saw some of the critiques about being a filler episode, but I feel like it developed some sort of relationship with Mando and Baby Yoda. You start to see more of that father-child relationship.
Yeah.
You sort of learn a little bit more about Yoda's, just lack of understanding about things. And then I think it gets really terrifying at the end. I mean, those.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I was
this horror story at the end. I mean, kind of like a lot of peril. I was like, oh my goodness, they're going to make it out of this. This is.
Yeah, I mean, it was very perilous. And not that we ever think any of our heroes are going to die, but I mean, they could have easily have killed off, the frog lady, which we never get her name, do we?
No, we don't get name or species.
We don't get her name. We don't know her species.
It's really weird. I mean,
frog lady. In the Discord, they said he might be the frog dude with the beret. There's a picture if you go to the.
Yeah, Discord. I saw Joey posted something about that.
Oh, is there a frog? There's a frog guy.
This beret-looking thing. It doesn't look terrible.
I expect if they don't answer it soon, that we'll find out through a DK book.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, shameless plug, of course, for the Star Wars book by DK. Brought to you by DK, not by DK.
Yeah, are we sponsored by DK?
No, we're not. Yeah, Fatmatic's right. I mean, and Fatmatic we know is a walking DK book. And if it's just Frog Lady, it's just Frog Lady.
Every time I wrote notes about her, I said Frog Lady.
It's whatever Fatmatic says is fact when it comes to Frog Lady. So I'm with. Oh, I forgot to. This is pretty cool. Yeah, for those fans of the Clone Wars and Rebels and everything, voiced by Bradley Baker, because he is really good at doing just animal noises. Like he's a pro at that. If you ever look, you can look up his stuff on YouTube. Just him doing crazy animal voices.
Oh,
the dude's a pro at it. That's pretty awesome. I love that whole the Clone Wars cast. Man, those were good times. That's when I was going to Celebration, and the Clone Wars cast, they were like big time, and that was really strange for an animated show to have their voice cast be so popular.
Oh, those guys, and those guys still get used.
Yeah, I mean Disney still uses them. I mean, and
Jat was already doing well in his career.
Oh yeah. James Arnold Taylor. Well, James Arnold Taylor was still. D. Bradley Baker was pretty huge at the time. Yep. The guy that does Yoda's voice, I can't ever remember his name. He was big at the time too. I mean, they'd been in the industry for a long time, but you will hear them say in interviews how much bigger they got from that one being involved in a Star Wars show that was so popular. No, not Frank Oz. No, there was a guy that did Yoda in the Clone Wars, but so let's keep talking about this episode. We start on Tatooine. He kind of ends up going back to
first he's on a speeder bike, right?
That's right. Yeah, the speeder bike.
He's crossing the desert, and he gets ambushed.
He totally ambushed by a guy that looks like Tito from The Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Tom King. That's it. Thanks, Roth. Tom Kane. That's the guy that did most of the Yoda voice in the Clone Wars. I think Frank Oz came back for a few episodes, but it was mostly Tom Kane. And so, yeah, he gets totally ambushed. And that's the thing I like.
The clothesline trick.
That's the thing I like and kind of dislike about Mando. He really gets taken out almost at least one time in every episode. Like something happens to him.
Well, I think it's supposed to let you. Well, I think storytelling wise, it's supposed to let you know he's humanish.
Oh, sure. Yeah, totally.
And he's not perfect and whatever, you know.
Oh no, he whipped those guys pretty easily.
But after a while, he does just take those guys out.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. Have a good night, Roth. Thanks for stopping by for a second.
Glad you got a job, Roth.
Yeah, definitely. I have a job, but I don't care. But so yes, here we go. Yeah, let's plug Roth. This we love plugs here. Good day for a movie podcast. It's really fun. I've listened to a couple episodes.
I don't know that podcast. Do you?
I do. That's Roth's podcast.
I only listen to one podcast. I hate to tell people.
I only listen to what.
Wow.
Is
wow.
Sorry.
Wow. Sorry, Roth. Sorry, Roth. I tried, buddy. I tried, Roth. Sorry.
No, I'll listen. It's just hard to make time.
We're not doing it.
If it's not Magic on $1 or the Deucecast. Sorry, Main Street Electrical Podcast, whatever it is now.
Yeah, Ryfan's like, if I'm not watching a movie, it's a waste of time. So it's like that's basically it.
I like what Craig, poor tumbling baby Yoda. Yeah, boy, he just tumbled across that.
He took
Mando just used the Rising Phoenix and just stayed up.
Yeah, I love how he just
Oh yeah. He's a pro at that now.
He landed on his feet.
Which that was a good point that on a YouTube show I was watching that they really don't, and I like this. They don't really tell us how much time has passed between first season and second season. I kind of like the idea of not knowing if it's like very next day or how long it's been. I mean, I get the idea that it's not like too long, but I do like the not having to know that, right?
Yeah.
Like Ryfan said, it'll be in a DK book at some point, like how long it was. We can always rely on
novelization of the in-between time between.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing it. They are doing a Mandalorian book, but it's cool because it's going to be an original story set in the Mandalorian universe. It's not going to be a novelization of something we've already seen.
Okay, set in the is it gonna be like Mando and Baby Yoda?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a Mandalorian, like we're an adventure of with the characters that we know and love, but not a novelization.
I'd like a predated, like before when he was still hardened Mandalorian out there before he did the Yoda, the Baby Yoda job.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to come out like the beginning of next year, but it got pushed to like either the end of next year or I think maybe even beginning of 2022 to give them a lot of time to write this original story. So I kind of like that fact.
Yeah, I'd rather keep the stories.
Oh yeah, totally. So yeah, he I do love the one moment that the Tito guy gets put on the rocket and gets fired up in the air. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Quadranero when he gets fired up in the air in Phantom Menace, a movie that Ryfan hates.
For a second there, I was like, what are you talking about?
But it reminds me just like that. Like his Quadranero's, like his pod racer blew up and he went straight up in the air and you just see him falling to the ground. But I don't think Tito made it. I don't think we're, I don't think
he did either. I had a question mark about that. But there's two great scenes in that fight. There's that and there's the gun pull where he pulls it back and knocks those two guys out.
Yeah. That was awesome. That looked, oh man, that was some good stunt choreography. That looked really cool.
Doctor's point of view, even if you hit these guys and stunned them for a minute with a gun coming back like that, for them to be knocked out that long, I'm not buying that. But that's okay.
You're not buying. You're like, no.
Maybe with aliens, maybe so. Yeah, whatever.
Again, this if Fat Maddox says it, it's gospel. Tito dead. I'm with it. I'm with you. I think he's gone.
I love how he's so nonchalant. He's just like,
yeah, Baby Yoda's like looking at him. He's just afterwards. He's just like, eh.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Baby Yoda's reactions to all the death that he sees around him, he's kind of desensitized to it at this point, I think. I mean, he's totally just like,
might watch out. He might turn evil.
Yeah, I think he is evil.
Man, what if he goes to the dark side?
I think he already has eaten those eggs. I mean, how many times did Mando have to tell him?
Though.
Well, we'll come back to the egg thing. I think that's
Is it really important to come back to? You're right. So we leave Tatooine. Well, first we go to the cantina again, of course.
Yes.
And
we see
Peli Motto. Is that her name?
It's Peli. Yeah, Peli Motto. Yeah. Hanging out with Dr. Mandible. Hanging out with a big ant. Playing sabacc.
There's my Dr. Mandible invitation.
Yep. And they're gambling.
Yeah, they're gambling.
Yeah. And she says there's a thing she says that's apparently like a thing in that sabacc game or whatever they play.
Idiot's Array.
Idiots Array.
That's like it's like if you were playing Uno and you yell out Uno. I mean, it's that same type of thing. I mean, she had a
good hand that takes all, right?
She had a good hand. She beat the ant, and found basically somebody that knew through her husband where another Mandalorian was, or so she says. And so we're introduced to Frog Lady at that point. And another thing I kind of love about this show is the lack of subtitles when aliens are speaking. I think they're just like, figure it out. I mean, in so many words. I mean, because really with the
in this case, it was because he didn't know.
I was about to say
exactly.
I was about to say that. Yeah, in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Han obviously understands what Greedo was saying,
right?
But here Mando has no idea what they're saying.
Yeah,
and I think that's a great job to not translate that because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have minded seeing if that's the way we're going with it. I wouldn't have minded seeing some Tusken Raider subtitles then.
That's a fair point.
I mean, if the idea, although Mando verbalized a lot of what the Tusken Raiders were saying to the people around him, so that covered it a little bit there. But yeah, it's a good point though. I mean, if Mando doesn't understand it, we shouldn't, as an audience, since we're seeing the show through his eyes, mostly
his lens.
Then you're right. That's a very good point. Which is maybe why I like it so much, because that's fair. I mean, now you can always turn on. I've heard that you can always turn on the closed captioning and it'll have some stuff. I have not done. That's not something I generally do when I watch these, but I know a lot of people will go back and rewatch the episodes.
I bet you're not going to get anything.
Yeah, I don't know that you will, but
maybe
most of the time when I first watched an episode, I put the closed captioning on, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that this time. I had a weird time watching it.
And I think the point was to go to the point where she resets up Zero to translate.
Yeah, of course.
The
from a story, from a storytelling standpoint, I mean, that gets us to that being a believable scene of her being fed up of him not being able to understand what she was saying and using Zero to translate.
I love that we got his voice actor back too.
Yeah, Richard Adelaide.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Let's see. Peli said hyperspace would kill the frog eggs. Can you imagine this lady not speaking the language and then he flies full speed away from the cops? Her facial expressions. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's one thing I was going to bring up. I love that, like, when he drops the ship down, she's like, rah! She just got this. Like, what are you doing, dude? I did think, I thought it was odd, though, that she was this protective of the eggs, and then she just kind of put them down in the cargo hold and just kind of like.
And also apparently didn't know how many she had, because she did not notice the diminishing numbers of eggs. I mean, as Baby Yoda was snacking.
Well, at first, he leans up on that glass and they start gravitating.
He starts force pushing.
And you think, he's like thinking about the life. Maybe he's going to develop them. I thought he was going to like force them into use the force to make them grow or something.
Well, now, okay, so I get.
I think I always thought he wanted to eat them.
I get the idea.
I got that idea.
Yeah, I'm thinking that these are unfertilized. Not to get too detailed into.
Well, that's what they said. I mean, they said that.
Yeah. These are unfertilized eggs. It's not the last. And here's one thing to get very precise with. I don't think it's the last of her species. I think maybe it's like the last of her
cycle
of her family or something.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like.
So I do think it's weird that they had Baby Yoda eating her eggs as a joke, and then they have her give this speech that I was like, she's like, this is my family line.
Yeah.
And you thought after that first time, Baby Yoda would have been like, oh, I understand through some kind of force connection. He didn't care.
No,
Yoda didn't care at all. He just kept stomping.
Baby Yoda.
I was surprised they did that. Like they had her give this speech, this noble speech. Like I thought Mandalorian would help me.
Yeah.
I mean that's Peyton Reed's type of humor, though.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, and he's just like me. He just eats anything that's in front of him. I get it. I can totally I empathize.
It's her last brood. I mean, and you're.
That's right. The last brood.
I do wonder if next. I did have this thought. What if we get to that wherever it's going to be this week?
Well, I know where it is next week.
Well, yes.
I won't say though. I won't say. You can already look on IMDb and there's a description.
They said the name was like Trask or Track.
They said the name of the planet, but then they also describe. If you look on IMDb's description of the episode, it describes
it's a water world.
It is, yeah. It's the one that it's not really a huge spoiler. We've seen it in the preview.
Yeah.
So it's not like a huge spoiler because we saw the egg container lady with him in that preview or whatever. But
what if Yoda has a separate pouch stomach, and when he gets there, he just spits them all back up for her?
There's some people that are speculating that that's what he's actually doing because the egg container is going to get damaged or something in the next episode.
Well, what she's pointing out when she's talking about the egg container, I mean, I don't know if you guys caught that, but she's talking about it's getting too cold on the planet, and that's why she goes to the hot springs.
Right.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
It's an incubator factor.
Yeah. Yep.
They're cold-blooded.
And the meter was showing how cold it was.
Oh, I didn't really catch that.
I caught that on my second watch. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I need to watch it more than 2 times. I need to be able to pay attention more.
I need to turn the subtitles on.
I didn't catch that.
Frog voice.
Frog voice. Yeah,
it probably will.
Alien voice.
It probably won't even say her language because then it would be like almost it would give away the race. It would just say in a foreign language or something.
In a foreign language.
Unintelligible croaking.
Yeah.
So they get the next really big thing that happens is 2 New Republic X-Wings kind of fly up on them.
Yes.
Dave Filoni.
Yeah, we get Trapper Wolf back.
Yes.
And the
Dave
guy
Filoni.
from this Canadian TV show.
Yeah,
he's
not
a Canadian
familiar.
star. I'm not either.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the show, but apparently Canadians love this dude. So it was a
South Korean grocery store owner, but
it's called Kim's Convenience or Kim's Convenience Store or something like that.
Is what it's called.
Yeah, it's the name of the show. But apparently he's super popular in Canada, and it was like a really big cameo
for Star Wars
for people up there.
He apparently came on the set and he was like, "I love Star Wars, everything about it," and so I think they gave him Melissa checked it out, Alien Language.
Oh, I like that. So yeah, it's interesting. So the first thing they kind of say to him is Razor Crest, stand down.
Yes.
So the New Republic apparently is flying around in teams of 2.
They want to make sure your was it beacons on?
Yeah, there was a lot of that going on where your beacon's not on or transponder is not.
All craft are required to run a beacon under New Republic jurisdiction. I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So that's interesting. So obviously,
we're an older model. Sorry.
He tries to play off that he's got an older model.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think I have that online.
That was pretty funny. Like he was trying to, and then he even stoops, even though we know that he doesn't believe in it. He even stoops to, may the force be with you.
Yep,
at one point.
He does, and the guy says also with you.
Yeah, which that's the again. I watched too many YouTube shows on this stuff, but apparently that is the first time that has been said in that manner in Star Wars, where somebody says "and with you too," or some very similar to like what
and also with you.
What a like a Catholic or a Christian would say, like on a Sunday or something. It's just the way that the
peace be unto you and also to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how they were kind of doing it like the police do. All right, have a nice day. Be careful out there. And
then Trapper says, "Can you switch over to channel 2?"
I like that. And then you see the wings go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Trapper recognizes the ship from episode 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which that was another cool thing. I mean, he recognized the fact that he was leaving the scene of the crime. Well, not the scene of the crime.
Yeah, they were running a scan on the ship, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then they found him. Oh, wait a minute, we got the footage. So he goes, "Hey, switch to channel 2 for just a minute." Okay.
Yeah.
That was awesome. He's like looking, going, "Uh-oh, time to run."
And then Mando
was a great scene.
Boom.
Yeah. Little frog lady.
That's Mando is not afraid of taking evasive action with the Razor Crest. He's just like, he's like, I'm going to crash into this planet that we never get the name of. Everybody wanted that planet to be Ilum or
I think they said it was Maldo Chris or something. I think from the first episode I read.
Oh, really?
I hope that's not misinformation.
A lot of people were acting like they did not know what this ice planet was.
Maldo Chris,
which was in the first episode of the show.
Interesting.
I don't think we know though, honestly.
Yeah, I was under the impression that we did not know the name of this particular planet, and kind of it's not real significant in this particular case. Really, I mean, this is not necessarily. This obviously isn't the planet that he intended to go to. He's just having to make evasive maneuvers to get away from the New Republic, basically.
Yep.
And then crash.
And due to those maneuvers, he crashes. Yeah.
He
doesn't have. Funny because he has too big a ship to be able to do. And I think they were saying that, but it was going to crash in that atmosphere if he kept pulling all those maneuvers, and he did.
It looked like he pulled it off until it fell,
until the floor collapsed. Yeah.
Yeah, the floor collapsed. You can't trust an ice planet. I mean, it's thin ice in all places. So yeah, we fall down into this cave-like atmosphere, and the Razor Crest is just all beat up. Mean, just oh, Fetmatic.
Wait, what does he write about?
The name of the planet.
Wait, Fetmatic. We don't ever say Garrison's right.
Okay, so what was the name of the planet?
Maldo Chris, I think.
So you're saying that was from the first season they mentioned that planet?
It was the planet he was on at the beginning of the first episode.
Oh,
pretty
really?
Sure. It was kind of an icy planet. Do you remember that?
I totally remember that, but I don't.
Wow.
I'll send.
Why go back to the same planet though?
I don't get the impression. I don't know. Since Fetmatic is saying you're right, I'll believe it, but I don't. I did not get the impression that was that.
Until DK says it's right.
Yeah, we're gonna put this one off to the side, and we're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna table this for another time.
Table that for another time.
That's what we say in our meetings at work.
We'll figure it out.
Oh wait a minute. He has spoken.
Look, some guy in the chat. Some guy in the chat is saying
me.
Loud. I know. I'm just kidding.
Wait, is it? Maldo Chris.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I buy it.
We don't.
Anyways, there's an awful lot of monsters on that particular planet. Then there's like a lot of big animals, and there's always a bigger fish, though. As we learn in the prequels, there's always a bigger fish.
So the first thing they do is he sees her and she's like freezing, and they get a blanket for her, and they find some food.
He gets down to the eggs is what he gets down to.
Yeah.
He sees Baby Yoda eating them. stuff in his mouth with him. I'm sure it was not the second one he ate, but it was only the second one we saw. Clearly, because he had one tucked away for later.
Oh yeah,
he's not fooling around.
No, his plan was to eat all of those eggs.
It's like my dogs when we drop some food on the floor or something.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean,
Mando goes out to start repairing the ship, and then
but he sees all of that damage. I mean, it's extensive.
It looked bad. It did not look good.
Yeah.
Which this is the Razor Crest is the most damaged ship ever. I mean, the thing is always in need of repair. To get us
repaired, and now, man.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have Quill to help him rebuild it.
No, he doesn't have Quill, so he's trying to do all this on his own. In fact, Baby Yoda sort of wanders outside. And he's like, "Why don't you come try and make yourself useful?"
And Baby Yoda's like,
Baby Yoda's like, "There's some footprints."
Frog lady's gone.
Let me show you something.
She took my food.
Yeah, exactly. There's a stew of eggs over there.
So that's funny though that he is at least cognizant enough of what's going on around him to the point that he noticed that she took off.
Found a warm spring to soak her babies.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess that was
not her babies, her eggs.
But she's not the only one with eggs there.
Ooh.
No.
In that warm environment, maybe other eggs can grow.
This is true.
Oh, that's right. He did like frogs at.
That's right.
Episode 4 or 5.
Yeah, when he was on Quill. Well, wasn't he with Quill at that point?
Was that on that? He ate a frog there, and he ate a frog on that other planet with the Bryce Dallas Howard episode.
Yeah, the Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, he ate a lot of frogs in the first season.
Yeah,
which is why you can go to your local website, Amazon.com, and buy a Baby Yoda with frog Funko Pop.
Well, they got a Baby Yoda with frog eggs Funko Pop coming out now.
I know.
That's terrible.
That is terrible.
Is there no respect for the frog ladies?
She did get her own character poster today, though.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, apparently, like every Monday, which they call it Mando Mondays because they sort of release like a bunch of new product or whatever. So throughout the whole season, we're going to get like new product releases every Monday, and also a new character poster. So the first episode was Mando, second episode was Frog Lady.
Ooh, Frog Lady's with barbecue sauce, man.
So I'm pretty sure I'm going to take I know who the third character poster will probably be. I won't say it, but we saw her in the preview. But I won't
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about because
that's okay. We're going to keep it that way.
All right, we're going to keep it. So yeah, there's this really this hot springs area which looked fabulous, by the way.
Yes.
I mean, that looked like Frog Lady was in heaven.
Frog Lady was a little she was undressed.
Totally.
Yeah.
She was like no modesty. She jumped right in.
Yeah, I did think it was weird. He's just like walks up and he's like
and Baby Yoda's right by him. He's got to swat Baby Yoda away, tell him
that's
get out
right.
of here.
The second time he's had to do that.
He's like, no. This time Baby Yoda obeyed though.
Yes, he obeyed and looked behind him.
Yeah, he obeyed, looked behind him, and he saw something interesting.
The alien farm.
It looked very, very similar to Alien, exactly, which is what the aesthetic they were going for, I'm sure. Yeah. So he wanders back and opens up one of those eggs and finds himself a spider to eat.
And he eats it.
And he crunches that thing, man.
It's one hungry Yoda.
I mean, he wasn't even hesitant. Like, I would have not been interested in eating that the way it sounded when that egg opened. And it was like slimy, and
that's not my bag.
Yeah, that was not my.
Frog suit.
Thank you, Craig. Instead of her birthday suit, I got you. I'm with you. And
I can have birthdays too.
That's right.
Probably.
And so pretty much immediately after Baby Yoda eats that spider, they start hatching.
Yeah, and he starts like waddling away.
He's waddling away.
And he's like, ah.
Yeah, he starts making the noise.
He's going as fast as he can.
He's very puppety in this episode, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they kind of.
Although there were some of the best CG for a television show that I've ever seen.
I think the X-Wings look great. The Razor Crest looked great. Yeah.
All of it. I mean, it's
that was amazing.
It's so well done. It just blows my mind that it's a television show. Like, you kind of forget that you're watching it.
I imagine probably it being only 6 episodes helps as well, unlike your typical like 23 episodes.
Oh, no, it's 8 episodes, right?
Oh, 8 episodes. Unlike your 23 episode seasons, that kind of thing.
Sure,
so you get the larger budget to stretch out over more episodes, I guess, or less episodes.
That's very true.
Disney is putting so much money into this show because it's making them a lot of money too. I mean, this is the first time I would think that merchandise sales are probably doing pretty good from a Disney related Star Wars thing.
They give out a budget for the show.
They at one point when season 1 was being made, they did mention how much per episode it was going to cost.
Okay, here's a comparison. This looks like season 1 looks like $12.5 million per episode.
That's a lot.
And Game of Thrones, just a comparison, Game of Thrones final season was $15 million an episode.
Wow.
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones, you think, I mean, there was certainly some CG in Game of Thrones, but
a lot of CG in that last
season. Can't count. I can't count.
6 episodes to 8.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my bad.
That's substantial, though. I mean, for a show, and that was season 1, so they could have upped that for season 2. I mean, they could have upped the budget for season 2 based upon the success of season 1.
They could
be up to $15 million per episode now. I mean, who knows?
There's not as much world building. Didn't we say that the first episode? Was that you, Garrison, who said that you don't have to do all this creating? You just got the money to go directly into the show.
I don't know. I don't remember, but
maybe. Said that? Where did I hear that? Maybe I heard it on some YouTube.
On an interview somewhere. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though. I mean, that's true. I mean, they've
not going to do as much development. You've got the sort of some things already mapped out.
Well, I mean, they're saving a ton of money not having to do location shooting.
Yes, yeah,
they're saving so much money not having to do that. I mean,
they don't have to go to the Tunisian desert, and
they don't have to go anywhere. They just go to the stagecraft. Or whatever.
Which is what movies like Thor 4 are starting to implement due to COVID. And I did talk about that. I do know that.
No, and that's true. I mean, I think any property that has the ability to go, I think that we found out that there's 3 of those volumes. There's one in LA, one in London, and one in Sydney.
I was about to say, because Thor is going to be Sydney.
Yeah. So Aussie Nate, who has not joined us this evening, because he's a teacher and works his tail off, told us that there was one in Sydney also, because I think there's a ton of stuff Disney does in Sydney.
Well, Fox I think had a division down there too, but yeah, and so they probably combine a lot of that stuff. Maybe
it makes sense that they've got 3 of those, and who knows how much the upstart is for one of those things, but it can't be cheap.
No,
but it's going to save them a lot of money in the long run.
Yeah.
So yeah, these really awesome looking spiders. I mean,
dude,
and
they just kept getting bigger, and I was like, no. And then the big one comes down. I'm like, oh no! That was just. I was like Melissa. I was like screaming, like, I don't.
Yeah, and these were Ralph McQuarrie designed.
Yep, and they were supposed to be on Dagobah, I think, based on the concept art.
Yeah, they were supposed to originally be on Dagobah. In fact, those little eggs were even supposed to be, there was supposed to be like a scene on Dagobah where Luke is having to sort of walk through all these spider eggs or whatever.
The interesting thing is at least Filoni has taken, and some other guys have taken, and already taken that concept art and used them in things like Rebels, and I think some books as well.
Yeah. What were the spiders called in the Rebels? They had a name.
They did. Yeah, it was started with a K.
Fett Maddox going to have to help with that. I don't do
KRYKRA. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the same. I don't know if they're the exact same.
I think they're a little bit modified. They're white spiders compared to whatever.
They were grayish, I guess. The ones in Rebels were sort of grayish. And the ones in Rebels were interesting because there was a lot of like they would kind of like commune. There we go. Some guys chiming in. They're Crikra.
Hey, who's this guy?
Yeah,
I don't know who that guy is. But
he's giving Matic a run for his money.
So the Rebels spiders were cool because they sort of would like commune a little bit. Like they would get in this like circle, and it was almost like there was like some Force stuff maybe going on, but I don't know. I'm not really sure exactly. No, Craig has a good point.
Yes.
Why didn't they just start with the fire and just burn them all down to the ground?
In fact, he does it after he blows up that entrance.
Yeah,
and they're starting to surround him.
Yeah,
he does use it then, but yeah, maybe he has limited.
Fuel.
Okay, sorry. Something just started playing in my ears. I think he maybe have limited lighter fluid or something. I don't know.
No, that's true. I mean, you would theoretically that can't be unlimited fire.
We shot the burner once in the cave, right? And the last time was when they got to the ship. Man, when they started getting on the ship, I was like, no, this is terrible.
It was creepy. Yeah, I was
they shot his hand, and man, at one point I was like, dude, they've got him trapped to the side of the ship.
It kind of reminded me of Chamber of Secrets, the second movie in Harry Potter, where they've got a spider scene kind of like that too. Very creepy.
Or Indiana
was not fun for me to watch as a kid.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he's in the cave, Raiders of the Lost, there's spider. He has to walk through the spider web. There's spiders all over the guy's back. In
Alfred Molina.
It was well shot, though. It was very well shot.
Oh yeah, no, it was fantastic.
He did a great job with that.
It all looked really great. The creep factor was real. I mean, it was very tense.
I like how they pull the shot back, and like one point you just see like an overshot, and he's like, you just see the red of his gun like shooting off.
Yeah,
kind of spiders coming in on the edge, and you're like, oh man,
yeah,
it's everywhere. I don't know. There were some really good scenes.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to get away. I thought, oh man, and then first of all, Baby Yoda in peril.
Was dancing on his head.
Yeah, that's before he's able to get the cockpit closed. Yeah, and Frog Lady saves him.
All of a sudden, Frog Lady's a good shot. Like pulls out this little. I would call it like a holdout blaster. That's what we used to call it back in the West End Games Star Wars role playing game. It was a holdout blaster. She pulls out and just bing, 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 and she was a good shot. She did not miss. I mean, and this little did she know, Baby Yoda was killing all her babies.
That's another thing I felt bad for. Like maybe all will be vindicated next episode. He's gonna regurgitate them all.
Yeah,
I buried them in my second stomach.
No, I don't think so. I think Baby Yoda.
Frog Lady's packing. That's what.
I think Baby Yoda was just hungry. I mean, that's basically all that there was to that. I think that between last season and the first two seasons, all that Baby Yoda likes to, the first two episodes of this season, all Baby Yoda likes to do is eat.
What if the hubby's going to come after Baby Yoda because he's eating all these eggs?
They probably won't know.
She doesn't even know how many eggs she has.
She definitely didn't know how many eggs she had.
I've got one.
Yeah, by the time they finally get to that planet, there's just going to be one. I've
only got one, and Yoda just goes and just like.
Yeah, when she starts running for like a frog, that's when the spiders are chasing them in the cave. Yeah,
that was really cool.
Too. Like jumping.
They did that. It looked great too, though. Like it looked totally believable. I mean, and it's CG, but it looked really, really good.
Yeah,
this is true. Stop with the oral fixation.
That's awesome. No, I didn't think her CG was great too.
Yeah, like, she's kind of. She seems to have some real parts as well.
No, there's practical, like all the close-up shots and everything. I think there's a lot practical there, but I mean, obviously when she's doing the hopping like a frog, I mean that had to have been PG.
Oh sure.
So
I really thought they were going to make it. I actually gasped when that big spider just dropped.
Yeah, when they take off, you're like, okay, well, the ship's going to be all rickety, but they're going to get out of there, and then that spider just boom. and he hurts the cockpit too. He tears straight through it twice. And so now they hurt the integrity of the cockpit.
That reminded me, that one close-up shot with all the teeth reminded me of the Rathtars in Force Awakens. It sort of, like, with all the teeth and stuff like that, it looked really cool.
Yes, dramatic. Alien Covenant vibes. You're right.
Oh yeah,
because that big,
I only saw Alien Covenant one time, but that's very much.
I only saw Prometheus.
You only saw what? Prometheus? You didn't see Covenant? No, Covenant's not horrible. I liked it.
I've only seen Alien, Aliens, and Prometheus.
Well, you can skip 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are almost unwatchable.
Sad thing is, I like the guy who did 3.
Yeah, this was before he was given answer, though. This was like... he was just trying to get his foot in the door in the industry type thing, and it was not good. So the New Republic shows back up though. After
they start blasting.
And you know what I love about the New Republic? They don't miss. They don't miss at all.
No.
Unlike stormtroopers, they're like stellar.
They
shots.
are like trained.
How has the Empire ever risen?
Well, now, one thing that they alluded to last season is maybe the Empire didn't have a great budget for gun maintenance. So remember, how he was hitting on the blaster, like, man, this thing's faulty. I think maybe that's some of what the Empire was dealing with. I don't think that, because I think they were trained pretty well. I think that they had faulty equipment.
Yeah, how did the First Order run? It's interesting to me.
I think we're going to get to see all of that. We're going to get
hopefully we'll see some of that throughout different Star Wars properties,
different seasons. And
There's still Empire out there. We know it.
Yep,
they're hiding
in
the
sections. Yeah,
the remnants of the Empire.
There are factions, one would say, I guess, of the Empire.
Yeah, the Mando Monday Black Series that came out today was Remnant Stormtrooper. And it was a stormtrooper that was all like dirty and stuff that we saw a lot in season 1. Because I've got just regular stormtrooper, which is just a repack of any of the stormtroopers, but it's specifically supposed to be from the Mandalorian.
The dirty stormtrooper.
It just says Imperial Stormtrooper, but it's the clean one.
Just completely yellow.
No, it's not. No, it's not like the Kenner.
Yes,
like after
I have some of those, and they're completely yellow.
No, it's not like that. So Trapper Wolf and the other guy show up.
His name's Carson.
Oh, Carson. Yes. Okay, cool. Is he Trapper Carson?
No, he's Carson. I threw that note away.
He has a full character name, even.
Oh yeah, no, he's going to be back.
So Trapper Wolf and Carson show up and save the day, and Mando tries to make a deal with them, and they just sort of like leave him.
He's like, if you help me fix my ship, I won't take the bounty money, and they're like, okay, whatever. We're just going
fix your transponder.
They're like, we don't really care. We just saved your life. You can figure it out.
They pretty much are like, fix your transponder. Yeah, exactly.
Something like that. Because I was watching a few minutes ago again. Like, why don't you fix your transponder?
Yeah.
We won't blow you out of the sky next time.
Yep.
we paid it. We've paid up our due for saving our buddy on the prison ship. Now
that's true. That's true.
Remember they brought that up, and they said
they did bring that up.
The video footage showed that you saved.
You saved his life, and you also captured 3 wanted people.
Yeah. So that means they're alive, though. Remember what we were talking about?
Yeah, we saw them in the thing. So
those characters are coming back.
Will they break out and come back? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're
they go more seasons.
And the sister's going to be mad about her brother dying.
Once she finds out her brother's those are going to. I don't know if they're going to come around this season, because I think there's so much that we've got to establish in this season. But I think after they prepare all the spin-off shows that they're going to have, I think the second season is going to be used to prepare a bunch of spin-off shows, and then the third season we're going to get back to some of like these older characters that we had like in the first season, because I think they're starting to shoot the third season very soon. There's rumor that they're doing a Boba Fett limited series first, but I don't know. We'll see.
Was that reported by Deadline? I think that was reported by Deadline.
Deadline, which is generally pretty legitimate, reported that before they do season 3 of The Mandalorian, they're going to do a Boba Fett limited series, which is what Obi-Wan's going to be. So it's like a 4 to 6 episode limited.
And Obi-Wan's already got a solid director. So
Deborah
Chow. Boba Fett needs one. So
I'm sure they'll.
Rick
Famuyiwa.
Yeah, great choice.
Could be.
He would be good for that, actually.
I would like Boba Fett to be the leader of that team. And I would like for Boba Fett to be like a bad guy like he is, and they're stalking the Mando, and he gets that team together. I would love to see something like that.
I think from a Star Wars historic standpoint,
they're going to make
it would be really cool if they gave Boba Fett to Joe Johnston, because he was one of the original concept artists that worked on the Boba Fett design.
Really?
So it would, McQuarrie had his stuff, but Joe Johnston had his stuff also. Very involved with Boba Fett's.
Is that why he did Rocketeer?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's kind of always been
in Captain America, the first
in the Disney family, but yeah, I mean, he's kind of always sort of been. He even did. I think he did Mighty Joe Young.
I love First Avenger when they're coming in with the it's just total tangent. The Nazis they're talking about Hitler's looking for trinkets in the sand.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a shout out to Indiana Jones.
Yes, it's a shout out to writers all day. Yeah,
it's so awesome, and a lot of that. I mean, Joe Johnston.
Actually, that was true though. Hitler was looking for like.
He was. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But I would love, because he even at one point had said he would want to do a Boba Fett movie. This was before James Mangold was rumored to be doing the Boba Fett movie at one point. Now James Mangold is rumored to be doing Indy 5, which that I think has completely fallen apart, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. I really like what Mangold's done. I loved Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh yeah, he's a great director.
It's such a dad movie. It's such a fun dad movie.
It is. Yeah.
And if he can make something like that with Indy 5, who knows if it'll ever happen, but maybe.
But we've got to do a shout out to Ludwig Göransson's score in this episode.
This guy.
Whoa! Look at you!
Tenant
soundtrack.
Look at that, man.
Is that a CD?
It is.
I don't even know what that is. That what they sell in Georgia?
2-disc CDs. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, I know you didn't get that
Amazon.
at Best Buy.
Yeah,
because
Amazon.
they don't sell CDs at Best Buy anymore.
Is that what they sell in Valdostwick, Georgia?
Yeah, Valdostwick. Yeah. Dave said he was in Tifton, and only about 100 miles away. So
I mean, look, if the music guy Craig is saying,
what is that thing?
that the music was amazing, we got to agree. I thought it was. I think, and the great thing about Göransson is he can do different styles so easily. I mean, because it's completely different than what the first episode was. I mean,
listen, his Creed score is. I mean, his Creed score, I think, is one of the reasons that Mando sounds so Bill Conti sometimes, because it's such a Conti score.
Interesting.
And then his Tenet score is such a Zimmer score.
It is.
Yeah. Is he just a good mimic? Is that what we're saying? No, I just think he's super talented. I mean, he can just do any style. Yeah. I mean, we've seen a lot of the behind the scenes stuff with the making of this show with him involved, and he's just really knowledgeable and about music in general, and has the ability to do a bunch of different type of stuff, because the Black Panther score sounds really different than anything. It's really good.
It's crazy. Like the theme song, is like spaghetti western, and then all of a sudden when it goes in that little flourish, that dun da da da, that's almost like a Battlestar Galactica 70s TV show type vibe.
Oh yeah,
it's just so cool how it's kind of a mash of. Let's see what
he.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be good. I've got my eye on that Fetmatic. Maybe not in the same format that Ryfin just flashed up, but I've got my eyes on that score. Because I don't even think I have anything that plays. My car doesn't even play a CD anymore. So I don't even know. I don't have anything.
A 6 CD.
Oh, I got one CD player left.
Yeah, I don't think I have a CD player.
CD in my car. What am I saying?
Well,
I just say, Garrison, you were going to say something.
It's fine.
I feel like we're missing one thing, and I'm forgetting. There's something.
We're missing the end of the episode, which is where they take off and
and they're
on the rickety ship.
Like, Mando took a lot of naps this episode. Like he's like, all right, I'm gonna get some sleep. All right,
and then he gets kind of. It seems like he was almost knocked out when he came to after they crashed.
Yeah,
Mando.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, he was.
So he got a lot of sleep.
He slept almost as much as Baby Yoda ate.
Yes.
But dude, Mama Frog loved to sleep too, though.
Well, she was all about.
I think she was cold too. Yeah, I think that was another issue.
Yeah, it's not good for an amphibian to be. Well, that makes no sense.
They should have done like shifts, like you watch Baby Yoda while I sleep.
That's right.
Hold on to that canister.
Craig has a great point here. I mean, it makes total sense. Naps. As a dad, that's naps. That's all we want.
I agree with this comment beforehand too.
Yes, about
about Gornson's versatility. Totally. That's why eventually he'll probably win a Tony and then have the EGOT.
Yeah,
he'll have all of them at some point.
Yep,
totally. Yeah, and I mean, if you've watched that show he does with Donald Glover, Atlanta, that has a really different style compared to anything else.
I didn't even know he did that.
Oh yeah, I know
he's done some songs with Donald Glover.
Yeah, they work a lot together. So he's all over Atlanta, which Donald Glover tweeted out that Atlanta season 3 and 4 is going to be the best show you've ever seen, better than Sopranos. That's a bold statement.
Come on, man.
That's being a salesman for your show.
That's a good hype man right there. Your own stuff.
I wonder if Gorson and Glover met on, because he wrote the Community theme song for the TV.
Gorson did?
Yeah.
That's probably where they met then.
Yeah.
That had to have been. I don't think they went to the same school, so I think that they probably did meet there. Or
maybe Glover said, hire this guy.
Good night, Melissa. We're almost done anyways. But
Melissa's leaving. Bye, Melissa.
But
Bye.
Yeah, the ship was totally beat up, which leads to the fact that there's no way they're jumping into. Well, they can't jump into hyperspace anyway.
Well, they can't because they kill the eggs. But also when they land on Trask or whatever it's called, they're probably going to crash land.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think
there's going to buy more parts.
Yeah, I don't think that there's going to be a great land. So yeah,
this water world we're going to have Kevin Costner in the next episode, obviously.
Dude, awesome.
Dude, don't even tease me. Don't even tease me about that. I'd be all about that. You know how I feel about Kevin Costner.
It'll be interesting to see because he's going to have to fix up the Razor Crest at some point, though.
Yeah,
the Mon Calamari,
the Quarren,
will be in
Aqualish. We're going to see all that.
What?
All of it. And
no,
then
in the preview we saw a Quarren, didn't we?
We did.
Not to jump too far ahead.
Yeah.
But Carl Weathers did announce he was directing episode 4. So
yeah, no, I
saw
very that
close.
That's on. It's interesting because when you go into IMDb, it shows episode 4 that he's directing it, but it doesn't show who the episode 3 director. Dude,
I didn't mean to get you. I was just. Kevin Costner's probably not going to be in Mandalorian.
I would love it. Breaking news: Kevin Costner and Star Wars.
He would be a great
breaking
Jedi.
News right now. No, I'm just kidding.
He's too busy with Yellowstone. So
yes, he is, and his new movie that just came out, Let Him Go, which was pretty good. It was pretty good.
We'll let him go.
It was an adult. I would call it like an adult thriller kind of. It was good though. It was a movie for old people.
Thriller. Is that what you're saying?
It was a dad thriller. Yeah, it was a movie for old people. That's basically what and it was good though. I liked it. So yeah, the episode 3 director, we don't know who it is yet. So it could be Rodriguez.
I'm sure that list is out there somewhere, but
who else do we know?
Is he doing another one? Bryce Dallas?
Bryce Dallas Howard's doing another one.
Yeah.
Filoni's doing the finale.
Is he? Okay.
I think he's doing the season finale.
Femi Yua has written an episode according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was directing one this season.
I don't know.
There was one other new director that I'm forgetting.
It was Robert Rodriguez.
Well, Favreau was technically
Peyton Reed, Carl Weathers,
Carl Weathers is new. Technically,
yeah. I think Peyton Reed and Carl Weathers are the ones you're thinking of.
I bet that the aesthetic of this particular episode that we're getting next feels Bryce Dallas Howard to me. Like it feels kind of like earthy, sort of. So I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm going to take a stab and say it's her episode. I don't think it's the Rodriguez episode yet.
I don't know, man. Water's a tough medium to work with. You got to be
fake water. This is fake water, though.
It's volume water.
It's the volume water. It's not real water.
I see what you guys are talking about now. I see what person's showing up. Okay.
Wait,
I got you. I'm on your way. In the next episode.
Oh, yeah. I bet that it's going to be that person's character poster also. I would guess. Okay. I mean, if they're doing like a different, they're not going to do a Mandalorian character, the Mandalorian character poster every time. So I'm guessing that you know who we're talking about. Anyways, in the preview, they showed that person in a black cloak.
That gives it away. We know.
Totally gives it away. So appreciate everybody watching tonight. It was fun time as always, and we will definitely be back next Monday for Chapter 11, whatever the title may be, and whomever the director may be. If you like what you hear here, then that makes sense. Then check out the Deucecast movie show. It can be found on any podcast finder or catcher or whatever you want to call it. It's not like it's a Pokemon or whatever. But and we are also proud members of retrozap.com. We love being a part of that podcast network. And we have a lot of fun, not only on that network, but on their Discord channel also. So check out the RetroZap.
Find it on the Discord if you go and join.
Yeah, every once in a while, Dr. Earl.
He's not Discordless.
He's not. He may be Twitterless, and he may be
or Datcordless.
But he is on Discord, and every once in a while he'll pop into Discord if you're lucky. So appreciate everybody listening. Appreciate everybody watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on the bell so you get notifications, and we will see you guys next week. This was The Way.